Hello, welcome, and good evening. My name is Adam Gore. I'm one of the band directors here at LHS. My colleague, Dustin Helvey, our wonderful department supervisor, who also assists me with the bands, just conducted that last tune. The group in front of you is our symphonic band, the youngest of our three groups that you'll hear from this evening, and welcome to our spring concert, the last home concert of the year. Thank you, as always, for coming out and supporting our music program and our students. The first tune was a great piece by Japanese composer Naoya Wada called On Wings of Magic. It's got a very cool program note. Look through the program for all the student program notes, and depending on which cover you got, it's all student artwork by some of our fabulous students there. The next one requires just a tiny bit of explanation. I'm not going to talk much, I promise. Mr. Helvey told me he's going to cut the mic at 45 seconds, so we'll see. The next one is Dinosaurs by American composer Daniel Buchvich, and he's known for a lot of extended techniques and unusual instruments. So you're going to see and hear from some different things. Wine glasses, the whirly tubes. If you were at our September concert, you might have remembered those, or maybe it was October, I don't remember, our first concert of the year. You're going to hear some bass drums with BBs inside. We've got a giant piece of PVC pipe called a stamping tube. We've got all kinds of unique things in this one that Mr. Buchvich used to try and capture the feeling of various dinosaurs. No Jurassic Park theme, sorry, but the rest of it. It is in multiple movements, but they are all what we call attacca, which means we're going directly from one into the next without pauses in between. You're going to have another multi-movement piece later that will have breaks between the movement, and in both cases we ask you to hold your applause till the very end. I think you'll know the very end of this one because it ends much like the dinosaurs did, with a relatively large bang. So, after that, I'm not going to talk in between them. Our closer with this group will be Mi Mexico by Mexican-American composer Jorge Vargas, which is a great three-part tune featuring some traditional Mexican folk songs set for the concert band. So enjoy Dinosaurs and Mi Mexico. All right, and that takes us to our first of our stage changes for the evening as we say farewell to Symphonic Band. They're going to put those wine glasses down somewhere safe. That's always an adventure. In the score, it says to hand it to the trumpets, and I'm like, well, no, it was okay. Okay. Here comes Symphonic Winds, and as they do, I've got a couple of things to draw your attention to. First of all, I mentioned earlier the program, you've got all that great student work in there. On the back page, or maybe the next to the back page, I think it is, if you look down at the armrest of the seats that you're sitting in right now, many of them have a plaque on them. Since FAST, our fine arts boosters began, it's not a prize. Sorry, it's not Oprah. You don't get to look under your seats and find a gift or a new car or something. But you might see that that seat has been dedicated to someone for whom LHS music or theater or dance or art or just the school in general held a special place. If you would like to put your name on one of these chairs, we recommend don't pull out your pocket knife and carve it in there. Instead, make a donation to FAST. They've got a QR code in there. Or see one of our wonderful FAST representatives in the lobby at the end. They've got a table back there. And they will engrave it custom, like formally, and put a little brass plaque on the plate. Let you be a part of this auditorium forever. They'll even tell you what seat it is. So if you always want to sit in like O105, because that's my seat, you can literally say it has your name on it. So that's a great thing. They do wonderful work for us, does our fine arts support team. And we really thank them for all of the great things that they do. All right, we almost tripped our euphonium soloist on the tape there. Okay. Well, the next group is almost ready. As I mentioned before, the percussion has a lot of different stuff tonight in all three of the groups. So they're taking just a moment to get settled. Excuse me. As we do, let me tell you about the first piece they're going to play. The first piece they have is called Scenes from the Louvre, and it's by American composer Norman Dello Joyle. All of this is in the fabulous student program note. And it was originally set for an NBC TV series where they took cameras through the Louvre Museum in Paris and showed different galleries and artworks there. And each of the 5 movements is designed to represent a different area of the museum. The portals that we open with are the main doors to what was a palace. The Louvre was a big palace in the heart of Paris. And then it takes us through, we've got the Children's Gallery, which are portraits designed for children. The Kings of France, so basically just Louis. If you're not sure, hey everybody, quick, name 14 kings of France. Louis. Anyway, and then nativity paintings, and we close with a finale. Oh good, I was gonna go get the scores. So we're gonna take a very fast set of tuning pitches, or we tuned in the band room before you came out? Take a tune pitch right now, and then we will take you through. This is a multi-movement work, 5 movements long. Each movement is relatively short. Please hold your applause until after the finale. And we'll recognize that the whole work at that time. So, tuning pitches, and here is Symphonic Winds with Scenes from the Louvre. We're going to bring Mr. Helvey back out here in a moment to conclude Symphonic Wind's portion of the piece with portion of the program with a great piece called Utopia by Arkansas-based composer Randall Standridge. But before we do, I mentioned earlier that this is our last home concert of the year. Some of the folks you see here in Wind Ensemble will also be playing the Memorial Day ceremony, but this is the last time we get to be on stage together as a group, and so it's very important that we recognize the class of 2026. In the program, they've got a little asterisk next to their name, but we want to have them stand up and be recognized as well, and recognize them at the end of each group. There weren't any seniors in Symphonic Band this year. Some years there are, this year not so much. But there are in Symph Winds, and so I want to call them out. I'm going to recognize them kind of back to front so that you can see them. Please hold your applause till the end. We've got a lot of great seniors that have made 4 years of wonderful contributions here. We hope they go on to wonderful pursuits and keep music a part of their lives as they go forward. We'll recognize them more at our banquet in a couple of weeks here, and parents, we'd invite you all to join us for that dinner and then Studio Theater for awards and senior recognition. But we're going to call them out now as well. Let's start in the back in our percussion section. We've got Cameron and Sarah. All right, well, I'll get to them at the end. All right, we'll have them all stand up here. And the trumpet in the horn section, absent today. She's out sick, was not able to be here. I know she would have made every effort, is Abby Neff. We can give her applause in absentia. Abby, if you're watching at home, this one's for you. Yeah. In our trumpet section, we've got Bryce. Stand up, Bryce, stand up. We'll have the senior stand. And then next to him, also had to learn trumpet left-handed due to some shoulder surgery. We've got Luca. Stay standing, we'll recognize you. Yeah, stay standing, up, okay. And a couple more here I want to make sure I don't miss. In the clarinet section, we've got Jack Monahan. Yep, and I think, that's everybody, right? Did I miss anybody? My program's all marked up. All right, so please give a hand to the Symphonic Winds class of 2026. All right, now we're back to Mr. Helvey to close the Symphonic Winds portion out with Utopia by Randall Standridge. Enjoy. right, one last stage change for you. As we bring out the wind ensemble, percussion, of course, getting their things set. I have a list of things. Aha! So I don't just ramble and Helvey gets the giant hook. Yank me off stage. I wrote it down. So before this one, upcoming events. While we are near the end of our school year, we do have some upcoming events. This is the first of the May, even though May is not till tomorrow, but the first of the May concert cycles and performances for our fine arts department here. Tonight, obviously, all the bands. Next week, we've got our fabulous Orchesis Club dance doing their show up here, which is awesome. Come check them out. I believe that's Thursday, Friday next week. The following week, we close with 2 more sets of concerts. We've got the choir on Wednesday, orchestra on Thursday, and the art show. I skipped the art show. The art show, which is always amazing. Like I mentioned, you saw some of our students' visual artworks on the cover of your program. You could also see tons more in our main gym right before the Orchesis show. So show up, go check out artworks, come see the Orchesis show. It's a twofer. So that's great. And then, of course, as I mentioned earlier, the students will help represent their community at our Memorial Day ceremony at the end of the year. So the Wind Ensemble is the upper of our 3 groups here. They've had a very busy year this year. In addition to performing our 4 home concerts, they were invited down in January to go perform at the All-State Conference down in Peoria. And was it just 3 weeks ago today, I think, that we were performing at the University of Michigan for the North Central Conference of the College Band Directors National Association in Historic Hill Auditorium there. Our wonderful friends at Wildcat Productions have put that performance up, so if you're streaming this at home, click a couple back and you'll find our performance there. Or if you want to go home and check it out, it's a really cool stage. It was a great opportunity and an honor for us to be able to represent Illinois at this 8-state regional conference. I think we're about out here now. I'm just going to announce our first 2 tunes back to back, and then we'll bring out our soloist. We start with a classic circus march, one that defines the word screamers. As the program note tells you, Henry Fillmore's Rolling Thunder features our low brass section, which is an absolutely stacked this year, low brass section. And then we go with a brand new piece. Sky Above Clouds was premiered at the ABA conference in March of this year. And then we gave one of the second or third ever performances of it at CBDNA 3 weeks ago. And you're going to get to hear that by Colorado-based composer James David. It's, of course, based on Georgia O'Keeffe's Sky Above Clouds 4, which you've seen if you've been down to the Art Institute. It's that big one hanging in the stairwell. Beautiful piece. So I'm going to let our oboes give us some tuning notes, and we'll hear from Rolling Thunder and Sky Above Clouds. Enjoy. wasn't it? You start that one, you're like, oh, it's the slow, pretty piece. And then it kind of kicks there at the end. I like that one a lot. All right. Well, back in November, the orchestra and band combine and do a concerto audition for our senior students, offering them the chance to perform a solo, a featured solo, with the ensemble. We heard from Anna, who you just heard on soprano sax. She played our alto solo back in February, concerto. And we heard from one of our orchestra colleagues at their March concert. The other concerto winner, featuring a Liszt piano concerto, will be up in the orchestra concert in a couple weeks. But tonight, you have the pleasure and privilege of hearing from Mr. Joey Kim. We'll be doing the Boccalari Fantasia di Concerto. Joey's a very fine euphonium player. You can read his full bio in the program, but he's an excellent performer. He's been a 3-time All-State selectee. I joked earlier that he was so good they had to select him for All-State in 2 different states because he spent a year in Virginia. But he's a fabulous player. He's headed to Northwestern next year to pursue a double degree in euphonium performance and physics. So one of those easy majors. You're really going to enjoy, I think, this piece. So please welcome to the stage to perform Boccalari's Fantasia di Concerto, Joey Kim. hard to top that, but I think we've got one that might do it. But before we do that, a couple of orders of business. We're getting our percussionists and our bassist back out here, getting Joey back to his seat after maybe some oxygen backstage. And once again, please allow me to thank you as I have all year, but I'll continue to say it every time because it's important and it's true every time that Libertyville, Green Oaks, round out this whole area is a special place to make music because of the support we get from our parents, our community, our school, our administration. Not one note of what happens up here happens without all of the incredible work and support that you put in. And even though I imagine the teenagers don't say it very often, allow me to say on behalf of them and my colleagues that we appreciate every last second of it. Getting to spend time working with these amazing students and making this amazing music is truly a gift, and I thank each and every one of you for allowing us to share in that. Now, on to some business. I have to say goodbye to seniors in a second. I'm trying to hold off on that because I don't want to think about it. But order of business, as I mentioned, our fabulous Orchesis show is next week. They're in here tomorrow. So at the end, remember symphonic band, symphonic winds, we got to clear everything out of here. I think our land speed record on it was like 9 minutes. Even with all the extra percussion, I think we might be able to top that tonight. So before we go celebrate, before we go say hi to Grandma, make sure we get every piece of percussion, podium, piano, horn reflector off the stage. All right. Now, seniors. Class of 2026 has done a lot of really cool things. I'm going to recognize them again back to front. And please, because we have quite a few of them in here, hold your applause till the very end. They are all worthy of a standing ovation, all on their own, but we'll save it for the end, okay? So, in the percussion section, way too darn many of them, I've got Matthew and Riley. Like, you guys can wave, you're already standing. Matthew and Riley and Nina and John, JJ3, and Kyle and Finley back there. In my tuba section, we've got Charles. In the trombone section, I've got Richie and Andrew. Stand up, stay standing. And Andrew. Keep going in the trumpet section with Lizzie and Chathan. Back here, holding it down on the big bad string bass is Thomas. In our horn section, I lose 3 of them this year. I've got Billy and Mateo and Kai. Both of my euphoniums, Annabelle and Joey. 75% of my saxes, Anna and Davis and Arna. Thankfully, I can skip the low reeds. They're all coming back. But I've got some clarinets. I've got Shagun. And I've got Emose. And I've got Vivian. And in the front row, a couple of my fabulous flautists, Caroline and Kate. And then down there, giving us the tuning pitch every time, as she's about to do before the last one, is Zara. So please give a huge hand to the class of 2026. We're going to let them sit down. We're going to take one more tuning note because we've got things like soprano saxophones and contrabass clarinets out here. We're going to close it out with a really cool piece by Cuban-American composer, current director of bands at the University of Oregon. His name is Dennis Enos, and this piece is called Un Cafecito, which is a little pick-me-up Cuban coffee that he used to get growing up. I'm not sure who gives kids coffee, but there you go. None of you ever go to Starbucks, right, kids? No. But this little pick-me-up coffee that he used to experience, and he's turned that into a band tune with a very distinctive Cuban flair. So please, we're going to have Zara give us a couple more tuning pitches, and then enjoy the final performance for the year of the Wind Ensemble with Un Cafecito.